Bro, what the fuck? That's the only thing I can say. I'm going to use Ian Rappaport's words over and over and over and over again, and that's plot twist. Davante Adams is a fucking Raider. So from one former Packers receiver who's a fucking jackass, Greg Jennings, to Davante Adams getting out of town. Clearly, Packers receivers and the Raiders are this is just a thing that we do. Packers get rid of a receiver, he goes to the Raiders. Packers get rid of a receiver, he goes to the Raiders. With the minor blip to the Vikings. Whatever. James Jones, Raider. Jordy Nelson, Raider. Davante Adams, Raider. Who would have thought? Who the fuck would have thought? Davante Adams gets traded to the fucking Raiders to play with his good buddy Derek Carr, who he just bought a house next door to for the 22nd overall pick and the 59th overall pick in this year's draft. A hefty underpay. But why was that? Let's explore. Davante Adams was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders for a first and second round pick in this year's draft only because he only wanted to go to one team and no other team's willing to shell out a bunch of money to a guy that doesn't want to be there. He wanted to play with Derek Carr, his former college teammate. College teammates in the NFL seem to have worked out extremely well when it comes to quarterback and wide receivers. Now, granted, these guys haven't played together in almost 8 years, so it is what it is. On top of that, he signs a 5-year, $141.25 million contract, $28 million a year. Rumor has it, per Rob Domofsky, is that the Packers are willing to match that, and they would pretty much have matched anything that he wanted. And he said, I want out. Sorry, Davante. Love you. Top 2 receiver, not 2. Enjoy Las Vegas. Also, apparently, Aaron Rodgers knew about this. He signed his contract with the expectation that Davante Adams was never going to play for the Green Bay Packers again because he just wanted out. That sucks. But I get it. Clear head, clear mind. I understand. You want to play with your buddy. I get it. Rodgers can't focus on you when you're not there. Let's rebuild the wide receiver corps and kick some fucking ass next season. Championship bound. Still, expectations. Championship. All right, that's the big news of the day. No Deshaun Watson news yet. Carolina, out. Cleveland, out. Cleveland's got a mess to clean up with Baker Mayfield, who has requested to be traded. Why did he request to be traded? Because Cleveland decided to flirt with every big name quarterback on the market. If they couldn't get this guy or this guy or this guy, and he goes, traded. He said, oh, Baker, my boy, what's up, bro? Come on in here. Let's have a conversation. Baker walking down the thing, we can have a fucking conversation. That conversation says, fucking trade me, you sack of shit, for trying to get rid of me. It's like, no, we're not going to trade you. Baker looked at him and said, fuck, you're not. Can you send me to Indy? Seattle's like, how much is it going to cost you, Baker? We're not trading Baker. Bitch. All right, we'll call you tomorrow. Indy. I mean, why not? I don't blame him for wanting to go to Indy. Indy seems to be a quarterback away from pushing the envelope. So Baker requested trade after Cleveland flirts with Deshaun Watson. Baker says, I want out. Browns say, fuck no. Seattle calls, and Baker's like, listen, just send me to fucking Indy, please. Browns still said no. He'll be traded eventually. Come on now. He's going to get traded eventually. All right, so I'm going to burn through this little bit of news. It's going to be a pretty short episode, probably 8 to 10 minutes. Let's go with plot twist. Zadarius Smith did not sign with Baltimore. He did not sign his deal. He is still a free agent. Back to Green Bay. Come on, Big Z. Rasul Douglas, back in Green Bay. Already as well. The only reason the Packers hadn't re-signed Rasul Douglas was because they were in the process of trading Davante Adams for the last few days. Ironing out the details. Shocker. Davante Adams is gone. That sucks. Again, I get it. Jameis Winston talking to the Colts and New Orleans Saints. New Orleans, who I appear and believe to be the front runner for Deshaun Watson. Jameis Winston, Colts. Interesting. Jameis Winston, Brown? Maybe? I don't know. There's still a couple teams that need quarterbacks. Panther? No. All right, Philadelphia cuts Fletcher Cox, and then as the famous Ian Rappaport tweet for the century this year, it's plot twist. They're already working on a deal to re-sign him. Fletcher Cox likely to be back in Philly. Cincinnati re-signs Eli Apple, the absolute GOAT in the worst way, in the Super Bowl. Green Bay signs punter Pat O'Donnell on St. Patrick's Day. Top of the morning to you. NOLA has a second meeting with Deshaun Watson. Again, my front runners, but I'll explain in a minute why that may not be the case. Bills cut Cole Beasley. Steelers cut Joe Schobert. Washington signs guard Andrew Norwell. And Atlanta Falcons sign quarterback Casey Hayward to a 2-year, $11 million deal. So let's have a conversation about Deshaun Watson and why Deshaun Watson may not be heading to NOLA and why he may head to Atlanta. Number one, apparently Atlanta is his hometown. I get it. Does he want to win? Hometown. Win. They're not on the same hand. Not in Atlanta. Calvin Ridley's out for the season. Julio's long gone. I guess technically not. He's a free agent, so whatever. He should go to New Orleans. But I digress. So Casey Hayward's agent, Deshaun Watson's agent, and Kyle Pitts' agent are all the same person. Kyle Pitts put out a tweet and deleted said tweet that said it's about to get scary down here. So that everyone to believe, potentially, they're brewing to have a Deshaun Watson trade to Atlanta. Means for Matt Ryan, it's Matt Ryan's going elsewhere. Where's Matt Ryan going to go? Cleveland? Send Baker to Seattle? Send Matt Ryan to Seattle? God, there's so many things that can happen. This is one of the craziest NFL off seasons I've ever had. And this season I have a podcast. Last off season I did not. Last season I started opening day. I started my first one. So it's episode 146, and the shit just keeps coming. I wouldn't expect to do one today either. Even this is I wasn't ready for it. But Davante Adams getting traded required a conversation. Not a conversation I want to have, but it required a conversation that I needed to have. And unfortunately, I'm here having it, but it is what it is. So, long and short of it, plot twist season. Zadarius Smith, not a Raven. Baker Mayfield wants out. Brown said, go fuck yourself. Oh, and I missed one of the bigger news of all is the Rams signed Allen Robinson to a 3-year, $46.5 million deal. What does that mean for OBJ? It's a good question. But OBJ says, I'll be back and better than ever. Torn ACL. Super Bowl. Get it. Played phenomenal throughout the playoffs. ACL's not nearly the crippling situation it was 15 years ago. When I heard torn ACL, it was like a 2-year injury. Nowadays, it feels more like an 8-month injury. Thanks, Adrian Peterson. Allen Robinson signs with the Rams. OBJ, free agent. Jarvis Landry, free agent. Do they want to play together again? We'll see. Maybe. You never know. Allen Robinson signs with a 3-year deal, $46.5 million with the Rams. Nola met with Watson again. Atlanta's on the radar. Davante Adams traded for a first and second round pick in this year's draft. Carolina and Cleveland out on Deshaun Watson, per his own feelings, I suppose. On that note, the plot twists just keep coming. We'll catch y'all maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow's Friday, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. When more crazy shit happens, you're going to see this guy right here. On that note, we'll catch y'all then.